Hello again, everyone. I'm Nesbit, you're the People of Skyrim. Sorry, I just realised I'm at the Skyrim menu, lots of music. Let's start again. Hello again, everyone. I'm Nesbit, you're the People of Skyrim. It's been a while. I've had some life issues to be dealing with, death and all the rest of it in the family, that sort of stuff. So I haven't been around for a while, good couple of weeks I think, and obviously I've fallen behind with all my work. But here's where we're at. Here's some housekeeping. All right, the TPOSC mod packs, which these streams are all about, will be out in the future, along with this ENB light and shadow preset that I'm working on. It's turning out to be quite a time-consuming process, taking a lot of work, this ENB, but there you go. What can I say? What else? There are other couple technical issues that will come back to me as we go along. In terms of ENB water, okay, that mod, because I have it placed at the bottom of my load order. But I do have some issues with the water, with distance lods and seams, and I've been running through his page trying to look at solutions, but and what the author suggests, but I haven't managed to resolve that yet. I'm just thinking about what I'm doing, because at the moment what I really want to be doing is just checking out the ENB preset and working on it, and what I'm trying to do at the moment is balance off weather, running multiple weathers and not running, so those two different modes. Without the multiple weathers, I'm pretty much happy with it. I mean, but it's about balancing the two, because when I edit the multiple weathers here, okay, or if I make slight adjustments in here, especially if I make slight adjustments over here, then of course it affects this preset, you know, or these set of values when multiple weathers isn't enabled. But at the moment, the primary focus really is getting a good lighting and shade blend with use with the multiple weathers function for the ENB preset. Okay, so that's what I'm working on. I hope you can hear me okay if and when you join me. I don't think there's anyone with me at the moment, but what time of day is it? We'll let it pass into the night. I'm just going to run around, folks, because what I want to do with this at the moment, like I say, and what I'm trying to do is tidy up this preset, the ENB preset, to go with the TPOSC mod pack, okay? And again, most of the editing I'll be doing outside of the game. I'm just going to... Oh, there we go, we've got a dragon spawn here. I'll put my earpiece in so I can hear things. One shot kills. Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm a mod author. I'm testing, not playing, as in, you know, properly. But that looks quite nice to me. Quite like that. And I'm just going to say, I'm just going to keep on moving on through these different cycles. I'm going to save in particular areas, because I'm going to come back and work on the presets for here, for example. I want to save because I want to start working on maybe the dusk setting or sunset settings. Just some of the values here, so I'm going to save this area. And again, let me say as well, folks, if you can support the People of Skyrim, if you like what I do, you're into what I do, you know, all the links for donations or Patreon support can be found in the description box. Again, you'll look at the values here. We're in the shadow of the mountains, so it should be darker here. and I like that with multiple weathers. But we take it off and it's much lighter. You can see the difference, of course, and even the difference within the coloration of the sky as well. Personally, I prefer, well, it depends what we're talking about. If it's nights, I prefer the multiple weathers enabled. You know, or if we're talking about shade, shadow and light, I prefer multiple weathers enabled. But without it enabled, this particular function has its merits too. So, you know, it's about what you like really at the end of the day. But again, you know, looking into the foreground here with the light, to me, I could play around. I could play around quite a lot now with the values, because I like it in one hand and I dislike it in the other. And what I dislike is the light on the mountains there. A little less contrast maybe for my taste, although it's going to change very fast on me. What's the contrast? Let's have a look a minute. Again, not a good time to be doing this because of as we're coming into. Actually, I'll just leave that for now. Not worry about that. Okay, let's carry on. Let's just see what, like I said, let's just see what this enable weathers preset brings for the game. And again, I might need to adjust the water particles for the waterfalls and lights if they're still bright at night, too bright. But at the moment we are in sort of the early evening. We can check that out later. Yeah, and you know, if you're all waiting on my work, all I can say is, look, you know, there's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. I was planning to have this mod pack out a long time ago, but like I say, we've had some family issues going on here, and
the Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes.
This is the first day, or the first few hours I've had to myself in weeks. You know, I mean, you know, where I don't have to be looking after my lad or other stuff going on. You know, where there's no one here, so this is the first time I've been able to do a stream in a long time. Now, again, like I say, let's just pause this, all right? So that my talking doesn't get drowned out by the dragons. Again, you'll see there's a lot of shadow here in terms of you know, the mountain sides and stuff. But like I say, if I take off that multiple weather preset, then it will lighten up. Oof, there's a lot going on here. There's about 3 dragons, and again there's a lot of, that's interesting, there's 4 dragons. I think I've got 4 dragons here. These are TPOSC spawns. They only spawn once. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if I can take him out. Perhaps not, he's on the move now. I got him. They'll find me, I'm sure. I'm just gonna, oh, there we go. But there's some interesting lighting here actually. Got him. Let's have this guy. I think I got him anyway, so that's the 2. That's 3 of the 4, I think. But again, they are actually 2 early spawns. A set of 2 sets, two sets of 2 is what I'm saying. That's why you got 4 dragons. And I've completed certain quest stages. So, you know, I'm actually on the Ustengrav quest stage. And these were all set to go off around MQ 104, MQ 1010 or 15, something like that. They don't respawn. So that's them dealt with. But before the dragon attack, what was I saying? And again, like I say, you know, I'm working on this ENB preset. And because we're in the shadow of the mountain, obviously, it's darker. But it's not too dark that you can't see. But if I take that off, you can see the difference. So if you don't like that, this sort of setup, you know, you can take off enable multiple weathers, and you can have a completely different tone and shade to your game. So what I'm working on at the moment is trying to balance these two really well. So you know, at the moment when you edit one, obviously depending on what area you're editing, it will affect the other. And unfortunately, you have to sort of play around with this, you know. But it's coming along. But I actually prefer. I prefer the light and shadow because we are, like I say, in a mountainous region. You will get heavy contrast. So for me, I like this sort of setup. Although it's nowhere near perfect for my liking at the moment. Okay, so nowhere near where I want it to be. This ENB preset really is taking up a lot of my time, but I've sort of committed to it, so I guess I have to see it out. That's the way it is. To go with this mod pack. The mod pack will come out probably a lot sooner than the ENB, but even though I really want to bring it all out together. I really do. Oh God, here we go. This is when you want some light, really, so you can see what the hell is going on. That's like a skeever. Let's see if there he is. I see him. Yeah, let's get into some light. Here we go, got a bit of light here. You see, it's little touches like that I don't really mind, having to either create some light yourself or find some light to see what's going on so you can defend yourself. I sort of like that, you know. Because like I say, you know, there's a reason people don't travel at night. But again, I don't really like the coloration at the moment in some areas. As I said, I've got some work to do. And this isn't going to be a long stream either, folks. You know, I've got very little time to myself at the moment. And I'm just going to take off the multiple weathers again. And we'll just look at it. See, I prefer... See, this is the part that I prefer around the sunset. I really like this setup here. You know, the light I've got here. We'll stick with this for now, because I'm just going to take out some of these guys here. Got sheep. Let's see if I can get that. No, nowhere near. Oof. What is... I find that funny when they hit a particular cell and they just stop, you know, they go back a cell or whatever. What's stopping that? Might have been the goat actually, done that. Anyway. I can't hit shit today. Dear me. Just die, Will. Thank God for that. So again, yeah, like I said, a lot going on, so I've fallen behind my work. But like I said, at the moment, what I'm really interested in is just getting this ENB preset sorted now, because it's been going on for a while and it's taken a lot of effort and it's taken a lot of my time.
First you.
But I quite like that. Let's just play, shall we? What I want to do right at the moment, I'm just gonna see what that does. That's interesting. Okay, don't want to do doing that. Sunset for sure, I think. We'll find out. Yeah, definitely in sunset stage. One was fine. It's the coloration that I want to address here. Let's try to bring in the contrast down a minute. Let's have a look at that. Alright. She can't see me for some reason. Just get rid of her because she's magic. She could be a problem. Oh, she's going to pick up on me. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to do some work there. There's need to adjust the landscape a little bit. Okay. I'm just playing here, folks. All right. Go the other way now. Let's go right up. I'm mucking around, so like I say, just playing, just looking, getting a sense of. Let's bang up the saturation just for the hell of it, just for some fun. See what happens. Look at that, Jesus. Ooh. I don't think so. I know there's some people that like that, but it's not for me. I'm just going to apply changes. I'm not saving that. I'll just apply changes and it'll take it back to the beginning. Or where we were, sorry. Okay. Okay, so I like this. Look, I mean, we've got into the night now. I mean, there is some tweaking to be done for sure. I mean, you know. Oh, have we got multiple? Oh, what's going on? Back. Oh, what am I doing? I don't want group at all. What am I? Oh, get away. Right, okay. So, like I say, there's some real nice moments in this, but like I said, there's still a bit of tweaking to be done. We've got multiple weathers, and this is where I like multiple weathers enabled within the function of the preset, because you know, just the trees here and the shadow and the light. I really like that. Now, I didn't like the I didn't really enjoy the coloration of sunset as we came into the night, but this with the multiple weathers function, I really like. There's a real nice contrast here between the objects, the night sky, and everything around me. So this I like. And again, you know, I've got my frames per second running. I think you should be able to see that as well. And this is, I'm running in a stream as well. So, you know, again, you can get the sense of performance. So, you know, there will be areas, especially if we have lots of spawns, where the frames might drop off a bit. That's natural. That's going to happen because, especially if I've got 3 or 4 dragons or whatever, stuff like that. But like I say, I mean, you can see the frames counter in the top left, or you should be able to. Have I got any magic? I can't even remember. No, I haven't. Okay, I'm just thinking of light now. But anyway, what time of day is it? And again, like I say, if this is too dark for you, like I say, once this ENB preset comes out, like I say, I'm working on 2 distinct different values within the ENB. Oh god, I've got a crab coming. This is very saturated actually, looking at this. So this would need work. I mean, for me, this is way too saturated for the night in terms of saturation, color saturation. But again, a little bit brighter. You can see more. And like I say, still, this ENB preset is a lot of work at the moment. But I do like this. It feels sort of very natural to me. Anyway, let's just come through the night, see what changes. So just go through a few hours. There's a bit more light. Should be with the moon rising. It feels like it. So as we got some moonlight, or you know, the from the sky, let's just carry on and use that to our advantage, because that's what we want to, sort of things we want to see anyway with this preset. So but yeah, I mean, I hope you can hear me okay, for those of you that are with me. Again, I did check the stream volume and sound and in-game settings before I come into stream. I did a private stream and it all seemed okay, so you should be hearing me. There's normally a wolf around here, if I remember rightly. I wonder if I can take pot luck. What do you think? Just pick him out. Doubt it, but hey, it's fun, eh? Okay, and we got the other body. The other, there he is. So I wasn't far off. Look, this could be interesting because I can't see subtle. Let's get into some light where I can see. But that's another thing I like to see. I mean, because you know, from a real, if you want to play like a realistic game, I guess in terms of lighting, if you're out at night, you know, that's why people would stop travelling at night and it's had good light sources and lots of protection because it was bloody dangerous. You know, you get savaged. Oh, there's a light source there. Did you see that? I think I've left a light source there from Lux in my edit, so I'm gonna have to come back here. I swear, I just saw a light source there. Unless that's my imagination. Again, let's just look at this without multiple weathers, because at the moment, you know, the main thing I'm working on is this ENB preset. So I want to get this ENB preset out with the mod pack for PC, alright? Again, a lot brighter. And I've got animated stars with the when you're not running the multiple weathers function. But it seems that when you apply the multiple weather function, it does have an effect on the animated stars. But again, that seems, it's getting brighter now, but then it should do with the two moons, you know, rising above the sky there. And again, you have any thoughts on this preset? Again, because ENB is not my speciality, you know. I mean, it's only something I've done for this mod pack, and I was mucking around, and I've always used an ENB, and I've sort of played with a few values, but I've never gone big time into it. Only with this one, and I like some coloration. I like a fantasy feel.
You there, please, you have to help me.
Oh.
I was attacked by a vampire.
Where
Do you
are
have a potion or something that can cure this before I turn? Then get out of my way. I have to get to a town and find a priest.
So what was I saying? Oh, I can't remember what I said now. You put me off that guy. Ow. I forgot about those. I'll save it. Hey, you don't have to worry anymore, do you? oh, a headless horseman. Look at that. Let's go. I like that. I like the headless horseman. I think that's a really cool touch to the game. I really liked it. There he is. Woohoo! Oh, he stopped. Can I kill him? Oh, he's on his way again. I wonder if I can kill him. Oh, that wasn't a bad effort. Alright, okay, so you know, we've got more light with the moons out and about, and the aurora, which is nice, which you should have. It'll be even brighter, like I say, if I take the multiple weather functions off. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, it is a little bit brighter. It's still quite subtle. I like both of those a lot. At this particular stage, that's okay, so I'm not too displeased with that. Where should we go? Let's head towards Rorikstead. I mean, again, I have advanced the main quest lines, so yeah, this is with the multiple weathers enabled, and I like it so far. Most of what I've seen, like I said, the only bit that I think I need to work on is the transition from sunset to the nighttime, dusk, nighttime, and all the rest of it. I think there's some subtle changes needed there, but this is quite pleasant. I don't have a problem with this at all. This is quite nice. There's my girl, one of my lizards or road travellers, and of course all the forestation is TPOSC as well, if you don't know the People of Skyrim Complete. And if you wonder why she doesn't speak, because I've oh, she will acknowledge you, but she won't say much more, because I edited her AI values you know, just to ride the horse, not to get off and worry about things, whether it's, you know, people being killed or whatever. Just, you know, just so she just stays on her horse and travel. If I remember rightly, I'm quite sure. So yeah. And I'll be able to pick up some potions at the TPOSC market. Now you'll notice with some of the Lux Via placements, I've removed some light sources. And again, that's all about performance, okay?
This one has something sweet for the fellow traveler, if it entices.
And again, you know, through all this, I've only just looked at the frames again, but I haven't noticed or picked up on any frame drops or performance issues. And again, you know, I mean, where we will lose a few frames will be in heavily populated areas occasionally, and when there's extra spawns of enemies and stuff like that. Maybe it depends. It depends on the location, of course, and the values that are being used, the amount of enemies and one thing or another that's being used. Now, of course, I mean, if you're joining me at some stage, you know, this is the TPOS settlement. I'm just going to take out that ghost. I'll try to. In fact, I should put my HUD back on. Let me put my HUD back on a minute, so I can actually see what I'm doing in terms of aiming and stuff. But what I was saying was, okay, if you don't know, this is a TPOSC settlement. No, I missed it. Oh, well, let's try again. And there's a player home here, okay? Where's he gone? Let's see if I can just pick up on him. I just want to get this ghost out of the way because then he doesn't interfere with... Is he gone? Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. So, as you can see, TPOSC settlement, as I was saying. Sorry about that, folks. The water looks alright at night, so that's good. With the water ENB, so that's good. This is a player home, and again, there's a safe right here. Now, obviously, because it's very dark, you need a torch or whatever, which would help you if you were running. If you're running enable multiple weathers, all right, which I am. Now, I haven't got a lockpick, I don't think, so I'm gonna have to cheat. But let's just see. Oh, I have. Oh, okay. Let's take that back. Oh. I thought I felt that move. I don't believe this. What's going on? Okay. All right. There we go. Is that easy, though? Okay. All right. And again, just a brief drop while the transition in the cell loads in the frames per second. That's quite natural. Again, I don't particularly like. It's too bright in here, but I would have different settings if I wasn't in a stream. You know, that's brighter. Sorry, I'd drop them off to something like that maybe. And also as well, there's something going on here. There's too much contrast in this. I've done this before. It's because I've been mucking around with settings. Oh, and I'm in multiple weathers, of course. If I take that, that's better. I think that, yeah, that's a lot better. So again, you know, more work needing to be done, really. Oh, weather. We'll just go back to the multiple weathers though, because that's what this is all about. I'm just going to sleep through now to the morning because I want a rest and a drink. Okay. And I was, throughout these streams, folks, again, frames look good. All right, better drop off there. Let's just get some.
Yes. Take a look.
I'll have those. I'll have that. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Need something? Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. All right, then.
Okay, so...
Good morning.
That's pretty sharp, pretty nice.
What do you need?
The distance, LODs are good. I'm running AE, so I'm running... I'm using DynDOLOD 3. And you can actually create grass LODs for the distance on SSC, but not with AE yet, as far as I understand. Well, I think you can, but it's a bit complicated, and I haven't got round to that. So, but otherwise, the LODs aren't too shabby at all, I don't think. So,
Yes.
and again, the feeling of the day here will change very dramatically depending on what values you choose to use, of course, in the ENB setup. Let's just take that off a minute. And you can see that there is a lot of difference, well, not a lot of difference. There is some difference between those two, using those two values. But yeah, so let's move on up and around. We're going to have some dragon spawns any set. Here we go. Here's a TPOSC Civil War spawn. Now let's look at the frames per second. Okay, there wasn't a major drop or anything going on there, so that's good. Some depth of field coming in from the ENB there. Oh! Ow! And again, within that combat situation, you can see there's going to be some frames drop. You've got far more processes going on there, so that's to be expected. I suspect, and again with the added pressure of the stream, it's going to affect the frames. So remember that as well. I'm streaming too, and what I'll say about the frames is, in all my testing outside, I always have my frames per seconds on when I'm outside of the stream, when I'm playing locally, because I can get to grips, obviously with performance and what's going on. And I've probably seen a 3-frame drop in all the testing that I've done outside, maybe 4 at most. When I'm testing locally, and I'm in a stream now, and I'm not seeing a huge amount of shifts in the frames, so that's quite good. Again, with multiple weathers at the moment, it's looking quite nice. It's not, what I'd call shabby, Let's go on into the inn. Let's see what the inns are looking like. Pardon me.
Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
And again, not too shabby. I've got Lux, of course, in which you can see. And again, I always like to go for subtle, as best as. I like subtle effects. I don't like these window light, expressions or shadows being too bright. Like I see some people do. That's not my taste. It's more like this. Where it blends in, it looks natural. It sort of fits the environment. So yeah, what time is it? All right, 35 minutes. I haven't had no lunch yet, folks, and it's 1 o'clock here, so GMT. But we're going to carry on for a bit. we've ran that way many times before. I want to go across the tundra and see if there's any surprises that I haven't seen before. So I'm going to go in a different direction, basically, is what I'm saying. But I want to say, in the last, I went to say earlier, and I didn't get around to doing it because I got sidetracked. In the last streams, or occasionally a couple of streams, when I've been in stream, excuse me, we've had the game crash. And let me confirm, locally, I've had no crashes. But I have been noticing, like I said in previous streams, I was checking out some window running processes, and I've sort of also I've set some conditions with the antivirus protection as well for some files. So hopefully, you know, the system won't run in a distress state because there are files or programs conflicting with each other, because like I said, I could see that conflict in the amount of GPU and CPU that was being used. And before I came in game, I did a couple of things that helped address it until I sort of restart the computer or restart a game or certain programs, and I see the problem come back again. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but when I said I believed there was some system conflict, I think I was right in that. Whether the antivirus is, you know, reacting to the stream or something, I don't know. But this I don't like. Now this is what I don't like here, folks. This is the values here. I don't like one bit. It's too. What's it? Let's just save a sec. I don't like this here at all. What I'll do is I'm going to just think what I want to do here. Let's go to the day settings a minute. That should increase it to make it worse, which it will. I don't think it's actually these. I don't think it's the contrast I want to be playing with here. I want to go down. That's more. I want less. That's too much. And that's not really doing what I want either. Oh shit. I'm just gonna in white. I'm just gonna. No, that's not what I want. So around. I'm just going to play here, folks. Bear with me. I'm just going to play with some settings. Again, you know, generally it's very small touches you want to make. You want to get your overall palette, if you like. And then you make your small touches, touch-ups, sorry, is what I'm saying. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out of multiple weathers. And I'm going to play around. And again, you know, if you make a lot of if you make a high if you change the variation degree, you know, in these adaptations or whatever a lot, you know, it might look good right now in this particular scene. Like this particular scene I could get perfect the way I want it to look, but again, these values are going to affect everything else. So again, you know, these changes should be subtle changes, really. Let's just, you know, so let's just go back to as it was. And again, I'm going to save because all this playing around I'm going to do in my own time. Until I get it. I mean, I don't like this. To me, this is it's a shitty sort of. This just, you know, I've seen some real nice nights with this setup, but I don't particularly like this at all, to be honest with you. like I say, we can play with some of these values as well. And again, I'll do all this in my own time. I'm just going to go forward a second. I just want to see different times of the day. And this, you see, I had a I've actually got a preset saved, which I really like, and I might just go back to it, which doesn't involve multiple weathers, and I might just go back to that and start again, because I really, you know, I mean, I like the nights that I'm seeing, but again, you know, I like this preset with multiple weathers when it rains. The cube map that's used, or whatever's used for the rain settings, you know, it seems to balance everything off quite well. I don't mind this. The grass is a little bit greener. It all seems a little nicer, more natural to what we just saw a minute ago. So maybe it's just the day, you know, dry day settings that I need to work out, you know, a few little tweaks here and there. But like I say, an ENB preset, or ENB themselves is not, you know, my forte. It's just something I've started recently, and I've got a lot to learn, honestly. And again, this is a mashup as well. Let's look at those frames. 50. I could feel that pull there. That might, and again, I'll tell you what I found. This is another. Let's just have a look. Yeah, that does. Multiple weathers affects it a little bit. Again, this is in terms of trees in the forest with Matthys trees. It is a heavier area, but I suspect it's that there's a little bit of cell work between the cell I'm standing in and the Talos group here. I might need to do a little bit of work within the main file or the patch, one or the other. Okay, because that was quite a bit. I mean, it's quite heavy around here. Look at the frames there. Look. That's the first. Oh, that's nice though. Look at that. Now I like that. And I've got a nav mesh just around this little bit of arc here. So that's really nice. It's a bit of a mixed bag, this ENB, you know, what I'm mucking around with. There's parts of it I like, and there's parts of it I just can't stand at the moment. Oh, she did that all right. So why isn't he? The div. She walked around there absolutely fine. Why is that? Oh, I know, because he's going to lean against this. I know, because he's there's a lean marker here, and this is where he's headed. She just went to the house, so she walked around it cleanly. So I might need to widen the nav mesh so it misses this, but my guess is, well, I need to put a little collision there, I guess, won't I? Need to stick a little collision there. So, or something. I'll sort that out anyway, but I just think I was there. Now we're going to have some fun here, because we're going to have some Thalmor turn up. And again, it is, look at the framage drop here. What is going on here? Wow. Let's just, that's, there you go. Now again, I've been around here at local play, and I haven't had it drop like this, I'm quite sure. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is a little test for me now, folks. Bear with me. Okay, just save that. Because I'm just wondering, quit, main menu. I'm just wondering what's going on. I'm going over to my task manager, so bear with me, alright? I'm just going to just want to see what's going on in the processes, okay? Because whenever I've seen what's just happened in game when I've been streaming, yeah, you lost. I knew you were. Yeah. Okay, that should solve that. Okay, back in the. Oh, god damn. Excuse me a second. Okay, back in game. Just have to bring up the. Right, let's wait for things to settle. Let's see what's what. Okay, right, so I'm going to visit this area. outside of the stream and just make sure my frames are better than they are in stream. If they're not, I'll look at the area and check that out and make sure I'm not missing anything, because I could be. And again, the ENB preset. Now, where are they? Here they come. Oh, come on. Oh, stop moving. Why am I standing still? I might as well just come down and meet these guys, haven't I? That's it. Obviously, these guys path to the Talos shack. Oh. And again, this ENB cube map for the wet weather is quite strong, as you can see. Now, what's left? Oh, we got one there. Got you. That's the end of you. Oh, and there's another one there somewhere. Where is he? Is he over there? That's him. See him? What's going on? Oh, there he is. Now, the fact he stood there is quite interesting. So I'm going to check the nav mesh around this area, check the AI routines, and make sure nothing's out of place. A very wet tree. Anyway, 45 minutes, folks, and like I said, you know, I haven't had a lot of time to do stuff really for a few weeks now. We've had a family member that's been very ill and heading to, you know, prolonged exit, if you like. We're not really sure how long things are going to be, or what's going to happen either way. There's nothing certain yet, but it's not been very nice. It's been,
I'm sorry. This isn't what I want.
So I will stream next when I can, and I don't know when that's going to be, and I'll get this all out when I can, and I don't know when that's going to be, as in the mod pack, okay? But you know, this is full time for me.
Stay back. I don't want to do this.
You know, the people of Skyrim will be, you know, going for many years yet, until E6 comes out. There's quests coming. There's quests coming out. You know, there's lots of. Now here's my extra spawns. These are extra TPOSC spawns you've just seen. Okay, I just hit a trigger, and that gives you more ghosts around this area and tougher ghosts. All right. I've got one behind me. Damn. So the frames around here are holding, and they're not. So it's probably just a couple of cells back down there where I probably need to do some fine adjustments. And what we will do is I'm going to save here, and I'm just going to do one final test before I go, folks. All right. Nope. Oh, what's going on? This ain't going on. Oh, there's an enemy nearby. There had to be an enemy nearby. That's why I couldn't. Where are they? Okay, we're just going to go through to the morning, because what I want to do is I just want to check entering Whiterun just for a user of TPOSC. You know, the order. Now this is nice. Now you see I like this, so it's not all bad. This is really nice. Again, let's see if we just go through to when it's not raining. Come on. Bloody rain. See, I like it round here. I mean, what I mean is the coloration. Seeing, you know, it all seems nicely balanced. It looks okay. So yeah, I mean, another few minutes, and I'm just going to check this door. I'm looking at the frames here at the moment, folks. I've got 58, 59. Just want to make sure there's no heavy drops around here or anything like that, especially with all these light sources. Look. Okay, so. And I'm going to look in all directions, of course, because that's what we need to do. There's a few there, but that's, you know, I expect that with all the trees and the meshes and the weather. Again, 4 or 5 frames. I want to look to see if it drops to 10 or something like that. There's nothing there by the door. Okay. Let's go on in. We're going to get a small drop, and it might drop, it might not, when the cell changes. Yeah, there's the little drop as the cell loads up and back in. Okay. Now 50 odd frames, 55 frames. Okay, in a stream as well. That's good. You know, with what I've got running in this town.
Roriksted's
Okay.
a nice enough little hamlet, but a boring posting for a guard. For dragon attacks,
Shouldn't I? Just because I'm a Greymane doesn't mean I can't earn my own keep.
So
I didn't.
You tried mercenary work?
I forgot what I was saying. The point is, we were checking the frames per second now. I just want to check the frames per second. Again, I checked the frames per second. All this talking. I checked the frames per second in a local playthrough, and it was good. I got a few frames drop. And as you can see, it's pretty good. You know, by the main gate there, it might have been because the cell just loaded up, but we'll go back round. We'll have a look. Okay. We'll just see if there's another drop there. But again, because of the light sources, NPCs, maybe 58. Let's turn. Okay, so yeah, we've got the Lux sources there. A couple of frames. Not the end of the world. Right, folks. So I'm going to round off now by saying this. Okay. I do this full time. All right. I'm just gonna bear with me a sec, folks. Okay, you know, this is a full-time job for me, modern Skyrim. The mod packs will be out when I can get them out with the ENB and with everything else, as I promised. But like I say, my personal life had to come first because we've got, you know, family that are dying basically. We've got to deal with that. It's my partner's side, so I can't say too much out of respect for her wishes. But needless to say, it's not pretty, it's not been nice period for us. If you can support the people of Skyrim, if you enjoy what I do, and again, just coming back in so that frames will go up. If you can support the people of Skyrim through Patreon or any other means, I'd really appreciate it. You know, the cost of living's going up, and you know, I'd need to hit about, if you go onto my Patreon page, you'll see a bar and it'll show how far up my patron support is, and it's about 8% at the moment. I need to be around 12 not to have no stress, and what I mean by that is, you know, to be able to meet our monthly outgoings and all the rest of it, so on and so forth. You get the picture. I'm not going to go on about that. So if you can support the people of Skyrim, I appreciate it. I know this rain's very loud. Let's just go to a nice interior just to get out of the rain while I finish up. Okay. Better. Now we've got the tavern music, but at least that's not so bad. There's that rain. So 59. I felt a little.
We sell bows, arrows, and ale.
Maybe it was just
a unique combination, to be sure.
Okay, so there you go. I'm going to leave it there, folks. Right, I'm going to go and have some lunch. I'll stream when I can next. I'll carry on working on this ENB preset, and well, I'll see you when I can. Okay. Like I say, I think what will change is when the kids all go back to school. Okay, which will be in September. Okay, I can get back to my work pretty much full time. I should be able to. So things will change when the kids go back to school, why there's the summer holidays and all this going on, I'm tied up because of what's going on. But I still need to live. I still need your support, and I'll get these mod packs out, this ENB out, and all these patches as soon as I can for Xbox and PC. I'm Nesbit. You're the people of Skyrim. Good gaming, folks, and thanks for your support.